So I went to the game at Toyota Center. I saw the Rockets play live and I was impressed with what they did. But after I sat down and broke the film down, man, this team is going to be different. Here's why. You see KPJ using the Alperen screen to get into the empty corner. This shot is going to be there when you have bigs playing the drop. This is growth for our guards because they weren't using this. I love how he gets right into his shot. You've heard Coach Silas say that the Rockets are going to play a little bit of 1 in 4 out. Well, here's why. You got Alperen, one of the best playmakers in the post in the league, surrounded by 4 shooters. It puts the defense in a bind. They have to pick their poison. Are you going to come help on Alperen or let him pass it out to one of our shooters who could also take you off the dribble? You pick your poison. Alperen sets a drag screen for Eric Gordon, who sees Tyus Jones trying to stunt and help the big on the drive, so they're trying to prevent EG from getting in the paint. But what you give up when you do that is an open shot for a guy that's shooting 57.1% on unguarded threes. That's the bind the defense is always going to be in when you got a shooter like that on the court. Again, 1 in 4 out principles. You see Sengun there in the post. They have great spacing around him. I love how Jalen tries to cut, but sees that the guy doesn't bite on his trying to go back door. And Sengun's still in the post. You see there the big that's guarding Jabari is in a bind. Either he can help while Porto is helpless in the post, or he can stay with the best shooter on the floor. And you can see there, Sengun fakes the pass, is able to get the guy to do a 360, and then eats in the post. Classic EG moment, 1-on-5. Damn the shooters around me. I'm going to go me versus the Spurs, mano y mano, all 5 players versus EG. Initiate the contact and act like I got hit. I still love EG. Here's what you like about Dacian Nix. When he gets downhill, he's a tough cover. For him, he just has to learn to finish more consistently and hit his free throw. One thing I saw from Jalen, he looked visibly bigger in person, and you could tell when he drives, he's absorbing the contact. He wasn't able to do this last year. So that's really going to be key for him in his development, his ability to get to the rim and get to the free throw line. Here's a great out of bounds play. Whenever you get 2 guys pointing at each other and they're not pointing in the same direction, it's going to be trouble. The Spurs are just a terrible defensive team in this game. But great play, great screen by Bruno, wide open shot by EG, great recognition by Kevin Porter Jr. I love it. One good thing that I noticed from Kevin Porter Jr. is his ability to play downhill in the pick and roll, especially him and Bruno. They have really good chemistry. I do want him to be able to elevate his pick and roll reads. He's really good at getting it to the lob man, which is the primary read for him. But to get it to the next level, you got to be able to read some of the guys that are not in the immediate action. The tag man is going to be the guy to stop Bruno from getting to the basket so easily. The stunt man is supposed to try to swipe the ball out of KPJ's hand when he rolls. He can get it to the big man. I want to see him swing it to those corners. You can see Chris Paul, this is really his bread and butter. And one thing Chris Paul does, he reads really the guys that aren't even in the immediate action, whether it's the low man coming in to help or the guys on the wings coming in to tag. That's where I want KPJ to kind of get in his bag as he learns the point guard position. This is just more terrible defense by San Antonio. I mean, they don't know who they're guarding. They got 3 guys on 2, leads to an open shot. Tari really showed out in this game, man. He was everywhere. It was like there was 5 of him. I'm really curious to see where he's going to play. Do they like him coming off the bench to be that spark, or is he a guy that's going to force his way into the starting lineup? Regardless, whatever he's doing now, it was the same thing he was doing in the Summer League, same thing he was doing at LSU, and this translated. This is just nice, man. Look at this pass. Man, that's beautiful. This was a sign of growth for Jalen for me. Gets a screen from Sengun, is able to step right into a shot in the empty corner with the big and a drop. This is what I've been begging and asking for him to be doing, and I'm telling you, as he develops, these shots are going to be there. This is taking candy from a baby. These are the shots that got Steph that finals MVP, and Jalen, if he can hit that with a consistent rate, then the sky's the limit. Making this video, man, I started getting flashbacks. I mean, I don't know if y'all see it, man. The 2-man game between Jalen and Sengun. Watching it live, you could almost see the chemistry building as they go, man. They remind me so much of Pau and Kobe. It's just crazy, and I just think that they haven't even scratched the surface of what they could be. Pull up 3 in transition. Scary hours, man. That's tough. When Jalen goes downhill like this and is able to pass, look at this pass in the pocket. Then you got Jabari there just putting so much pressure on the defense that if they want to come and help on Sengun, that's 57.1% of unguarded 3-point shooting there in the corner. That trio of pressure to me is the blueprint of championship, man. If you think about all the great teams with the guard play and the big man play, all these teams have great shooters that are waiting for those passes generated by the two kind of chemistry relationship developed between the guard and the big. And I just want to see more of that from Jalen and Sengun, and then Jabari be that outlet valve for that greatness that they have. An underrated part of this rebuild is the chemistry Jabari and Sengun are going to develop together. And I love that when Jabari misses that shot, he cuts right to the basket. Just shows what type of guy he is. Most of you should know how I feel about KJ. I mean, I don't see a reason why he shouldn't be on this team. I love the athleticism, love the energy, and I love the fact that he brought back an old school celebration from James Harden with the nosebleed. Little homage to the Rockets legend there. This play is the antithesis to Christian Wood. I mean, Jabari gets the ball from KPJ, not able to get off a shot, sets a screen that takes out two guys so his guard can get a nice open corner three and drain it. Once again, I was really impressed with Jalen Green's ball handling. Able to get downhill at will, get in 2 feet in the paint with no issues. Then the little shovel pass to Bruno, who kicks it out to EG. All of that started by a paint touch by Jalen. I'm really impressed with how he developed over the summer. This play from Jabari, I really want him to really feel comfortable coming off the screen and taking this shot. I mean, these are shots he has to take. And I know we joked about 6'10" Klay Thompson, but that comp is not a bad comp. You can see when Klay comes off these curls, man, it's just pull-up time. And that should be an automatic shot that Jabari can add to his arsenal, which will make him a superstar in this league with his two-way versatility. Right now, he's still uncomfortable. In some situations, he's able to get it to KPJ, who drains the bucket. Once again, with this pick and roll with Bruno and KPJ, you can see they're starting to develop a little chemistry. Check out your boy EG, man. That's your vet right there. I think EG got a home with this. Check this out. When Jabari starts doing this comfortably, oh my God. Pull up threes in transition looks so effortless. Look at just pull up. Who does that remind you of? I'm telling y'all, man, this is scary stuff. When you can pull up like that in transition, there's only a few guys at that height that could just walk up into a three-pointer. This isn't even fair, man. It's not fair. When a guy that's damn near 7 foot could pull up like that, where the contest doesn't matter, when he gets this down, league in trouble. I love this alignment. KPJ and Bruno with their chemistry. You see Jabari just putting pressure. That tag man really doesn't want to tag. And when you spam this enough, that corner three is going to be there all day. And then the defense is done for. Beautiful read by KPJ here on the screen with Sengun. They get rolling downhill. Just a beautiful pass, man. He really has a feel for the pick and roll. It's a shame that Christian Wood didn't care enough to roll for him. I wanted to point out this play of Knicks, showing how he reads the tag man. Once Sengun starts rolling and you see that the tag man commits a little bit, he whips it over to Tari for the open three. Just different types of point guards and floor vision there. My takeaway from the game is that whatever you thought about the Rockets of last year, take those thoughts, ball them up and throw them away. This team is an entirely new entity, and I think they're going to shock a lot of people. Watching them live at Toyota Center, just seeing the energy in which they play defense with, seeing the force in which they were switching, seeing the focus that they had, seeing how Coach Silas was so invested into the game, seeing how they were interacting on the bench with the other coaches, the new coaches that we added to the squad. This is a different team, and I think a lot of people are making judgments on who they're going to be based on what they saw last year, and I think that's a false assumption. This team is different. They've added 3 guys that are going to change the culture. They've added players in free agency that are going to impact the culture, such as Boban, and they've been able to develop their young guys. And those guys, as they develop, they're going to take this team to new heights. Don't be surprised if they do better than you think they're going to do.